Occupants of Nkrumah flats at Latebiokoshi in Accra have refused to relocate after being offered 15,000 cedis each from the Works and Housing Ministry after it served them eviction notice. The flats are occupied by public sector workers.
Residents here comprise security officers, health workers, and other civil servants. 10% of each occupant's salary is deducted from source every month. Many have lived here for well over 30 years. In September last year, the Works and Housing Ministry wrote to all the tenants to vacate the premises to make way for redevelopment. The initial compensation, according to the tenants, was pegged at 48,000 cedis but has been reduced to 15,000 cedis. But the tenants say they are not being treated fairly and want to be relocated to the Saglemi housing project site.
The beginning of the year, we then start, they say, oh, then go evict us, sentence. So the notice no come. But people run go the ministry, go take money.
Another tenant who prefers to remain anonymous said the 15,000 cedis promised them cannot rent a 2-bedroom flat for her family.
The money is not sufficient, and then to take you for 4 or 5 years, so the development is over. They wanted us to be relocated into a new government apartment, and we're going to rent our own place.
According to the occupants, some Chinese nationals came to the flat inquiring about their allocation letters and how much they pay as tenants, but were chased away. Richard Brightado, reporting for TV3.
Meanwhile, hikes in rent charges in Accra is compelling residents to seek alternatives. Now, Portia Gabo in this report tells how one could pay between 30 and 50 Ghana cedis monthly just to rent a makeshift wooden structure, but could also get evicted without prior notice.
Workers over here are busily racing against time to put up this structure. It is not just a structure, but the next occupant over here will call this place their home, and for just 30 Ghana cedis a month, you can rent the structure when it is completed.
It's a busy day for Dadani, a carpenter, and his friend. They are in a haste to put up a wooden structure for the next occupant.
The landlord can evict anyone at any time. I am only helping those who do not have homes to have a place to lay their head.
To rent a wooden structure on the land here, you have to pay between 30 and 50 cedis monthly, depending on the size and space. Choosing to live here means no running water and no place of convenience. The sea breeze can serve as an air condition when the sun is scorching.
If I want to rent this structure, how much do I have to pay?
Okay, every month for the 60 Ghana, every month.
60 Ghana a month
60 Ghana.
For this structure. So is it chamber and hall?
Yes.
Namo baby ne, me baby ne. Sister Jabili.
Jamila lives here with her 8-month-old baby and her partner. She explains why living in a wooden structure is the best option for her family.
Going to 10 million. 10 million, 20 million community.
We couldn't afford 1,000 and 2,000 cedis as rent charges. That's why we came here to live in the wooden structure. I'm appealing to government to come to the aid of persons who do not have homes to live in. This is the stark reality that many who have migrated from urban to rural communities face. They cannot pay the average of 500 to 1,000 cedis a month, with landlords demanding 2 years of rent advance.
I migrated to Accra because of work. I am not happy with my place of abode, but I have no option.
For those living in rural communities, they do not have to worry about rent. I'm here at Gontain, a farming community in the Tonkatamanso municipality. Naomi has lived here for 20 years with her 3 children in a mud house. Though not spacious, she says life in a rural setting is better than living in the capital city.
So you're saying, living
in the rural community is better than living in Accra. In Accra, the cost of living is very high. Over here, the cost of living is low. You don't have to buy water as compared to Accra. Charles Fosu has rented a single-room chamber and hall at Gontain.
And town, over 20, 30, 40.
Sometimes I pay 20, 30 and 40 cedis as rent. Water is available. We just don't have toilet facilities.
You need toilets.
Charlotte Sowa, who is also a resident of Gontain, is of the view that developing rural communities is key to addressing the high cost of living and rent challenges for rural folks who migrate to the capital.
With rent comparison, this place is much cheaper because if I compare the houses being rented in Accra to this place, the highest rent is about 30 to 50 cedis, but Accra it will be more than that. And with this place, if you say you are going to build a house or something, you get sand around, stones are already there. So what you do is you buy the cement and then you go. So building too is cheaper here. And then so accommodation here is much cheaper than in Accra.
Getting accommodation in Accra is a challenge for many, especially for those who cannot afford to pay a year to 2 years advance. As a result, some are faced with the alternative of living in wooden structures. In 2020, Vice President Dr. Bawumia, at the launch of NPP's manifesto, promised to put in place a 100 million cedi national rental assistance scheme that would offer housing rent support to persons with rent needs. This, however, is yet to materialize, and to that, carpenters like me are on standby to put up wooden structures for those who cannot afford to pay 2 years rent advance. Portia Gabo, TV3 News, Accra.